Here we go. What's up? What's up, Tyler? How you doing, man?
Hello, hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Good to see you, man. Uh, Welcome to another episode of Like Father, Like Son Sports, where we celebrate the timeless bond of family through the love of sports. Join us today as we jump right into a thrilling world of athletics. It was a big cut day today in the NFL, and me and Tyler are gonna talk about that. We're gonna share insights into some other things that we've experienced from both the father and the son perspective. Whether it's reminiscing about legendary games, discussing the latest sports news, or exploring how sports shapes our lives, we aim to inspire and to entertain. So grab your favorite snack, settle in. Let's kick off an exciting journey through the heart of sports and family. My son, what's up, boy?
What's up? What's up, Dad?
Hey, I never thought I'd be able to lock you down enough to do 3 episodes.
I'm here.
I'm glad you're here, man. I'm
Of
glad you're
course.
here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on in your life, man?
Not a lot. Not a lot. Working. Um, I'll be gone. I'm leaving next week for a week for a festival, a music
Yes,
festival I'm
sir.
going to.
Yes, sir.
So I'm looking forward to that.
That's the one you go to every year, huh?
Yeah, I went. This will be the fourth year I've went.
Good, good, good.
Hmm
No, that's
What
cool, man.
about you?
Oh man, work. Shit, working for the man every night
Mm.
and day.
And how's school? How's school going?
It's good, man. Football is going well. The
Hmm
guys are responding and getting better.
Okay.
And the classroom stuff. It is what it is. It's a lot of work, but I'm hanging in there.
All
You know,
right.
yeah, man. I'm an OG in that thing.
Yeah.
I'm doing it like that. Yep, yep. Ah, so let's jump into it, man. Let's get to something personal, man. What you got?
Yeah. Last week you surprised me with a question asking um, what my favorite sports memory was with you.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
this week I'm gonna ask you what was your favorite sports memory with your father.
Oh wow,
Hmm
you threw a curveball, man.
hmm
Oh man. So, um, my father and me, younger and sports. Uh, you know, we had it felt like it was an unwritten rule,
hmm
that we would play sports. I don't really remember him teaching me or forcing me, you know what I'm saying, anything like that. Uh, I do remember him teaching me how to hold the basketball and shoot it, but specific to football, the main sport that I played, I don't really remember him uh, really getting on me. I don't think he ever had to. I sort of loved it from an early age, and he played sports through college. He played a few years in college as well. Uh, but I think the lasting memory with him and sports for me uh, is him at every game, right? Uh, I don't. I feel like he was at every game that I played. Home, not really
hmm
road games. My varsity games, he was on the road for those. Season ticket holder. He was on the gate right there watching. When I first became a starter, I think he didn't know that was a cool memory because I just started the game and it sort of surprised him, and we
Nice.
talked about that and everything. So that was pretty cool. I didn't tell him beforehand, just
Yeah.
because you know how they go. They could say you starting one day and then you're not starting the next. So that was cool. He was at some games in college with me. So yeah, those are my memories of him just always being there, supporting me at my games. No matter what he had to do.
That was nice.
Hey, appreciate the question,
Yes,
man.
of
Appreciate
course.
the question. Uh, so let's get into so to set this up. Today, I think at 3 p.m. was the deadline for teams to get to 53 players on a
Hmm.
roster, right?
Hmm.
And so uh, there was some moves. Some you may consider small, some you may consider shocking or surprising. I'm going to discuss the Houston Texans and moves that they're made and how their roster shapes up, and you can discuss your favorite team, the
Cleveland
Cleveland
Browns.
Browns. Yep, and
Mhm.
their roster, their moves, and how everything shapes up with them. So I sort of titled this thing "Down to 53." Now what? You know. So let's get right into it. So there are, let's see. So there are one, two, three categories. Let's see. There is waived. All right. There's waived, injured. There's released. There's placed on injured reserve. So Texans, guys that are waived. I'm not going through this whole list. Just maybe premium positions or guys that surprised me, because some of these cuts may not surprise anybody else, but
Mhm.
me, right, right, right. Uh, so let's look at uh, wide receiver being Skowronek. We brought him in. I guess the cut's not surprising, but I thought in the preseason he was getting a few catches here and there, and he may be somebody that could make the roster. Uh, let's look at fullback Troy Hairston, who has been on the Texans for a long time. Uh, Troy Hairston, I want to say 5, 6 years he's been with the Texans since Bill O'Brien, and he's finally getting cut. So, uh, you know, maybe uh, they're going a different direction. I don't see any fullbacks on the roster.
Hmm.
I see 5 running backs, so maybe we're just not keeping the fullback. Uh, who else? Who else that's of note? Uh, Malik Fisher, defensive end. I thought he played decent when he got in there. Uh, and wait on the under the wave designation. That's probably the most surprising. Those are probably the ones right there. No real surprises. Waived, injured. Tight end Tegan Quintoriano. Uh, he's somebody that I was on the team, and if anybody was going to get cut, it was going to be him. We kept three
Yeah.
tight ends, and he was the odd man out, and he probably was going to be the odd man out. Now, uh, now someone that's surprising that got cut was Gerard Jordan, who was the 6th round pick running back for the Texans. He's cut, but I feel like they'll probably, if he's not picked up, they'll probably put him on the practice squad. Uh, the last couple of games, he really ran hard and ran well. I don't think we want to give up on him just yet.
Hmm.
Uh, and maybe Kurt Hinish. Kurt Hinish has been sort of a decent rotational piece in the past. He's a defensive tackle for us. He was on the waived injured list as well. Uh, so before I get into before I get into the release list, why don't you go ahead and talk about the Browns and who they waived?
Well, a lot of our cuts didn't surprise me all that much.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think the cut that surprised probably the most Browns fans is Deontay Foreman, the running back.
Okay, yeah, that surprised me. I
Yes,
thought he did well. This.
he did get cut, and now we have only two running backs on our roster, which is a little concerning. Nick Chubb is on the PUP list, and he will start the season there.
Okay.
Um, but I think that we'll probably bring Deontay Foreman right back. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
I think we'll
yeah.
probably do that,
Sometimes.
or go find a guy on the waiver wire.
So did they wait? Did they waive him or did they release him?
Um,
Because when you waive a guy, he has to go through waivers before he can be claimed back by the team. But if you release him, he could re-sign with somebody else immediately or
he
sign
was
back with you
he
immediately.
was released.
Okay. So that makes sense.
Hmm.
They generally release the veterans, most of them, and they'll waive like the younger guys.
Um, Someone else that we cut, Siaka Ika, defensive tackle. We just drafted this guy, I swear, like last year. Yeah, we just drafted him last year.
What round do you remember?
Third,
Wow.
third round. But again, this it doesn't it's surprising just because we did just draft him. You'd think we'd give him a bit more of a chance.
A third
Um,
rounder, yes, definitely.
yes.
He's
Um,
still eligible for the practice squad, though. Do you think that's an option?
it could be. It could be. I think we're trying to see what's going on with Michael Hall, our draft pick this year,
Yep.
the one that's going through some legal troubles right now.
Hmm.
Um, I think they're probably just waiting to see
Yeah, that's another
what goes
reason why I
on there.
wouldn't have cut him.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm thinking too. But
Yeah.
we did do that. We cut wide receiver Michael Woods. A lot of Browns fans like Michael Woods. I I don't really mind him. I don't think he's spectacular. Um,
Okay.
and I'm okay with the cut. Um,
Was
those
he a
were,
young? Was he a young guy or he's an older guy?
I think he's been with us for a little bit. Um,
Okay.
yeah. Let's see. What? Yeah, he's been with us for a little bit, but I expected him to be cut, and he was. And like a lot of players that was on the list, I saw it coming, and it was nothing super surprising to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But once we get to the roster, then there's some things on there that.
Okay. Okay.
Why?
So that was your wave. That everybody
Yeah,
that was wave. Okay.
yeah.
So let me get to the Texans players that were released, and again, not all of them, just some of note. Uh, Looking at the list, fullback Andrew Beck comes to mind as a shot. But they just looking at the list, the first two released were two fullbacks. So they waived the fullback and they released two fullbacks. So they're getting rid of all the fullbacks on their roster.
Hmm.
And if you remember Andrew Beck, he had a pretty decent last season, blocking, catching the ball out the backfield, and if you can remember, he ran a kickoff back for a touchdown. And this is a fullback. So he had really decent speed. I don't really keep up with the fullback position, but just looking at it, I would say he's a shock. But again, they let go of 3 fullbacks, and I don't see one on the roster. So they probably just wanted to get rid of that position and add 1 or 2 more spots at other positions. That's what I would guess. Tim Boyle. Tim Boyle. May not know who he is, Tyler.
Nope.
But he was our 3rd quarterback. No. He probably was 4th. I think Case Keenum was 3rd. Tim Boyle was probably 4th, but he had a big arm and he had some decent preseason games. It was somebody that I thought maybe might stick around on the practice squad. I don't know. But he was released, so anybody can sign him right away. Now, the other quarterback, Case Keenum, our 3rd string quarterback, he was put on injured reserve. So he will miss the entire season, but he'll still get his check. He'll still get his contract. So he's probably cool with that. But that puts us at only 2 quarterbacks on the roster right now. All we have is C.J. Stroud and Davis Mills. So Lord help us. Watch
I
over.
love Davis Mills.
Don't even get me started on that. Another guy released that is somewhat of a surprise is Noah Brown, our receiver, one of our receivers. Now, that was the receiver position was going to be one of the toughest cuts,
right?
Because they had a lot of good depth at receiver.
Do you guys still have Robert Woods?
Robert Woods made the team. Robert Woods is one of 3, 4, 5, 6, one of 7 receivers that made the team. Yeah, and I thought Woods would have been one that got cut.
Me too.
Yep. There's also another one that made the team that I thought would have gotten cut, Steven Sims.
Okay.
Yep. But so from what I've been hearing and what I believe, Steven Sims is more of a special teams guy. Yeah, so he probably made the team based off of special teams. His position is just receiver.
Gotcha.
But I heard that Robert Woods is just steady, man. He just catches everything, and even though he didn't play a lot in the preseason, probably because they knew that they wanted to keep him, and so they were letting all the youngsters get some playing time, seeing who would rise up and fall and that type of thing. And John Mechie rose up. Xavier Hutchinson rose up, right? Those were the 2 that we were really looking at. And the other that was in that group, Noah Brown, was an odd man out. And again, he was released, so he can get picked up by anybody almost immediately. And the Texans could get him back. You never know. Yeah, the Texans could get him right back. Let's see. What else was shocking under the release? Not shocking, but offensive tackle Charlie Heck. He's been like a swing tackle like for the last 3 or 4 years. He's cut. That to me that means that we've got better depth than Charlie Heck, right? That's a good thing. That's a good thing because he was. We won a couple games where he had to start, so he was decent depth. So to have better depth than decent is a good thing. One of the former first-round cornerbacks that we signed in offseason was cut. C.J. Henderson. C.J. Henderson was cut, so that means we released, cut, and waived. I think not waived, but he was released.
Okay.
Yeah, so he can sign with anybody right away. Cornerback Lonnie Johnson Jr. was on his second stint with the Texans. He was released. Yep, remember he was a corner that we tried to make into a safety and didn't really work. He went to a different team. Can't remember what team that was. Came back and now he's cut again.
Hmm.
Something of a surprise for me is cornerback Desmond King. Desmond King has been really good for us for a few years now, and he's cut.
Hmm.
So, or he's released. So if Okuda has made the team, so that means that yep, Jeff Okuda made the roster. Let's see. So Desmond King he was a special team guy as well. That's why I'm surprised that they cut him. Maybe they'll use Sims in his role,
Hmm.
but they might bring him back. He's one like out of the guys that we released that have possibilities in my mind of coming back. Noah Brown and probably Desmond King. I would say those two have the most possibility in coming back. Uh, and Tim Boyle, if he has, if he has the practice squad eligibility, right, then maybe he would be one that would be able to come back. But other than that, no. Now, those are probably the biggest names. A lot more players, but those are the biggest names. Now, you have another list, or you want to get into your roster?
I have my roster here on my laptop. I do have my roster. Is that what we're getting into right now?
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Let's get into it, man. Give me. So you give me uh, your offensive positions, and we'll chop those up. Then I'll give you my offensive positions. Then I'll give you my defensive, and then you give me your defense.
Okay. So for quarterback, we obviously have Deshaun Watson as the starter. And our backups, four quarterbacks this time.
Four. We got two. Y'all got four. Wow.
Got four backups: Jameis Winston, Dorian Thompson Robinson, and Tyler Huntley. Um,
I'm glad DTR made the team.
me too. Me too. I like him quite a bit. Uh,
Do
I
you
think
remember?
that
Do you remember Huntley's preseason? How did he do?
I think we're gonna trade Tyler Huntley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Maybe I'm hearing that we could trade Jameis Winston as well. I really like Jameis Winston. I think
Me
he's a great
too.
locker room guy. Personality is amazing. I like him, and he's a good quarterback as well.
And
I'd
I
much
don't
rather have.
think he's a backup for long.
You don't
I
think
think,
Jameis is a backup for
no,
long
I think he's a starter. And in
of
the
the
right situation, I think
wait? I'm
he'll
sorry.
start.
You're saying you think he is starting caliber? Or you think he's going to start on the Browns?
No, I think he's starting caliber,
Yeah,
and he's probably itching for a starting opportunity.
I
Yes,
think he could probably go start somewhere.
I believe so too. I
Yeah.
believe so too.
Um, but yeah, hopefully we end up trading Tyler Huntley and not Jameis. That would be pretty upsetting for me. At running back, two running backs. We have Jerome Ford starting with Pierre Strong as the backup. Um, I honestly kind of expected Pierre Strong to get cut. I I wasn't surprised when Deontay Foreman got cut. It was a little bit, but I would have been okay with keeping him over Pierre Strong, to be honest
Hmm.
with
Oh, okay.
you. But it's all right. Wide receiver, we have six wide receivers. Um, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, and Cedric Tillman are starting.
Okay.
Elijah Moore, David Bell, and Jamari Thrash, the rookie wide receiver I talked about a couple episodes ago, making the roster, and that's pretty exciting. I like to see that. Cedric Tillman getting the start over Elijah Moore is pretty cool. Um,
Yep. Cedric Tillman was decent.
yeah, we drafted him last year he came
Tennessee.
from Tennessee. Yeah,
Mhm.
I like Cedric Tillman a lot, so I was happy to see that he got the starting position.
Yep.
Um, and then we have two tight ends, David Njoku and Jordan Atkins. Love both of those players. Um, not much to say there.
Yeah, Njoku is Pro Bowl caliber.
Mm,
The other one, does he play much?
I think he is.
Double tight.
I think he's more of a blocking tight end. I could be mistaken, but
Y'all only have two
we
tight
do
ends.
only have two for now. I'm sure we'll uh, add something up over there.
Oh, y'all stacked out quarterback room.
Oh, offensive tackle. We have four with Jedrick Wills, Jack Conklin starting, and then James Hudson and DeJuan Jones as backups. I love DeJuan Jones. I don't know if you were watching a lot of Browns football last year, but DeJuan Jones is he's that man. He's that man. I
He's
don't know why
he's
he's
left tackle.
offensive tackle.
Oh, it didn't say right or left.
No, it doesn't say, and I couldn't tell you to be honest. But
Okay.
I don't know why he's not starting over Jedrick Wills. I don't think Jedrick Wills is all that great.
Hmm.
Maybe it's an experience thing.
Yeah.
Um, but I just like DeJuan Jones a lot more. Would have preferred him to start over, or maybe I don't know. I don't know. But he made the roster nonetheless, which is good.
Yeah. For sure.
Guard for Joel Batonio and Wyatt Teller starting clearly with Zach Zenter and Javion Cohen as the backups. Offensive line is great. Center Ethan Pokic with Nick Harris as the backup.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, love our offensive line. Love them.
Okay. Okay. So you did receivers too?
I did receivers. Yep.
Okay, good. So Texans offense. No, Texans offense. Yeah, let's go. Uh, so we have two quarterbacks. As I said, C.J. Stroud and Davis Mills. So please, C.J. Stroud, get rid of the ball quickly. Please, O-line, as long as you can, and when you can't block no more, hold. No, I mean, Davis Mills he can a drive or two, but for a whole game, I don't want that. But we have C.J. Stroud, so that makes our quarterback. Although the last two quarterbacks, C.J. Stroud makes it one of the best in the league. So running backs. So we kept Joe Mixon. He didn't do anything in the preseason. Didn't want to hurt him, I guess. Uh, Cam Akers, who we signed in the spring, is back. He made the team. We
Okay.
knew he would, but he was doing well in the preseason. He
I
was
like
like
him a lot.
2 in the preseason. Yeah, Damian Pierce, who inconsistent, but he's the third running back, and I don't know if these are first, second, and third team or they're just the running back, right? But they're in that order. Dare Ogumbawale, who every time he gets on the field, he impresses me.
Mm.
Yeah, so I think he made the squad, and he'll probably get a lot of PT, man, or enough. And we got British Brooks, who I haven't seen a lot of. I don't know. Uh, but those are our 5 running backs, man. I like that running back room. If I was that running backs coach, I'd feel really pleased right now. You know, tight ends. We have
Well, everybody, seems my father is having technical difficulties. He just clipped out. I am going to text him right now and see. I'm going to text him right now and see what happened. There he is. He's back, everybody.
it said blink, 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 and I thought it was shutting down,
Mm.
but the time is still running and everything. That is wild. Uh, so we kept 3 tight ends. Dalton Schultz, Brevin Jordan, and Kate Stover, our draft pick. I like those 3. Like those 3 picks right there. And I feel like Kate Stover is going to really help that room. He was on my fantasy team last year. So so I've been
I'm
knowing
sorry, who was on the fantasy team last year?
Cade Stover, our rookie tight end. Yep, he's gonna
I'm
make
having
that.
an audio issue.
Huh?
I'm having an audio issue. I'm sorry, give me 1 second.
Okay.
All right. You can hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right, I can hear you. All right, we're good.
Yeah. So I like those 3 tight ends: Brevin Jordan, Dalton Schultz, and Cade Stover.
Okay.
Now, looking at the offensive line,
All right.
uh, let's look at the starters, or those that we think are starting. Lorraine Tunzel, right? Titus Howard, both tackles. Shaq Mason, guard. Kenyon Green, guard. Juice Scruggs, center. All right. And then from there, we have Kendrick Green, Jarrett Patterson, Blake Fisher, and Nick Broker. Right. Jarrett Patterson is an inside lineman. He's a guard center. Okay. Kendrick Green is a guard. Uh, Blake Fisher is a right tackle, and so Nick Broker probably is a left tackle. Okay. But we have 3, 6, 7. We have 8 offensive linemen that we kept.
Hmm.
And you can never have enough.
Right.
You can never have enough offensive linemen. So 8 is good. I thought it might be 9. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Let's look at the wide receivers now on offense.
All righty.
So Stephon Diggs, who we
Of course.
kept, Tank Dell,
Of course.
of course,
Mm-hmm.
and Nico Collins.
Okay.
That's our 3-headed monster right there.
Scary.
Now, we also kept Xavier Hutchins.
Okay.
Xavier Hutchins' son. Let me get that on there. Who I thought we would keep from Iowa State. This is going to the 2nd year, I believe. He was like a 6th-round pick, but he catches that ball. He's a big body guy. He catches the ball. The lad all preseason he's been showing out, doing really well. Uh, Another one that we talked about last week that had a decent last two preseason games that I thought they were setting him up to get traded, and you may have thought that as well, was John Michie.
Yeah.
John Michie the third. He made the roster. He made the 53 today. Tomorrow he might be traded, but
Yeah.
but he made it today, and so uh, that was somewhat of a surprise to me, right? Uh, Again, because Noah Brown got released, and I thought he was going to lock up one of those spots.
Yeah.
Then Robert Woods is another one. I thought Noah Brown and Robert Woods would make the roster, but they weren't really playing Robert Woods, so you didn't really know.
Right.
I'm like, do they like this guy? Because I've heard nothing but good things about him from C.J. Stroud, but I haven't really seen him in action except catch a ball here and there.
Right.
But obviously, C.J. Stroud's word means a lot because he on the squad.
He's still there.
Yep, still there. And the last receiver is Steven Sims. Steven Sims, I'm not sure he even got a lot of burn at receiver. He's mainly a special teams guy, and he'll probably return kicks and play special teams. But to make the team at a position like receiver, for you to just play special teams, you must be doing good at special teams.
Right.
Yeah. I'll give him that. So that's the Texans offense. Now I'll start with the Texans defense, and then you can give me Cleveland's defense.
Gotcha.
Yep. So the defensive line. Two starting defensive ends, Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. Another defensive end, Jerry Hughes, expected to make the team. And another one is Derek Barnett. Others that made the roster, Tim Settle Jr., who's been decent for us in a rotational role. Mario Edwards Jr., who's been killing it this preseason. Mario Edwards Jr., I believe, is from Texas, maybe from Houston. I know from Texas, and I think he went to Florida State, and he's found his way back to Houston, and he was balling this preseason. Khalil Davis made it as a rotational piece, and Folo Runso Fadu Kasi run stuff in defensive tackle, right? Now, you may be like, but where's that defensive tackle / defensive end that we signed from Tennessee, right? Autry is hurt right now. He's on an injured list, but he should come off, and one of these guys will probably get released. I don't know who, but I'm sure one of them will get released because this is 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 8 guys without him, right? I'm not sure they'll keep 9, but a couple of these names, they might need to get in the portal. You didn't catch that one, did you? Linebacker. I love the linebacker room, boy. We got Aziz Al-Shair, Henry To'oTo'o, Delshawn Phillips. Delshawn Phillips made the roster. He's had a pretty decent preseason. Jake Hansen, Jake Hansen, Neville Hewitt, and Jamal Hill. All right. We're gonna see what they can bring to the table. They still have Christian, the linebacker, who is hurt right now. He comes off of IR as well, but he's hurt right now. But he's one of their main pieces. Defensive backs: Jalen Petrie, who was a rookie last year, the year before last. This is third year. Kamari Lassiter, who's a rookie this year, who from the when they release the depth chart should be starting opposite Derek Stingley. Chris Boyd and Jeff Okuda. Chris Boyd, who used to play for UT. Jeff Okuda, who, fun fact, is from South Grand Prairie. He was a senior when your cousin Johnny was a freshman. Yes, so they were at the same school together. Jeff Okuda, Jimmy Ward, safety who should be starting. Eric Murray made the squad. He's a good, decent backup safety who could start when pressed into that position. Derek Stingley Jr. is the other corner. Looking for a big season from him. MJ Stewart and Miles Bryant are backups at corner and safety. And then Kalen Bullock. Kalen Bullock is someone else that plays safety. He's a rookie that may either start or, if not start, play starter minutes. You know how in basketball, if you don't start, it's all about how many minutes you play.
Yeah.
Caleb Bullock may not start, but he's gonna play starter minutes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's that dude. And then special teams, Kaimi Fairborn Bairn is our kicker again this year.
He's my kicker in fantasy football this year.
Is he?
Yeah, in one of my leagues. We
gotta do the draft for the league that I'm being. You don't want me beating y'all or something?
I'm sorry?
You don't want me beating y'all or something?
No, they found people to fill it up.
Okay. No, that's cool. Cleveland, what we got for it?
All right. Our defense is looking how it looked last year, which is good.
Is it really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, lots of returning.
Defensive ends.
We got 5 starting. Myles Garrett. Well, we have 5 on defensive ends, and they're not all starting, obviously. But Myles Garrett and Darius Smith. Love them as a duo. Love them as themselves. Myles Garrett, best defensive player in the league right now. What can you say about it?
I agree with that for sure. Did he win the hardware last year? Did Myles Garrett win Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
Ogbo, I always mispronounce this man's name. Ogbo, Ogbo. I'm not gonna try and say it. I'm not gonna do that to myself.
Yeah.
Alex Wright and Isaiah McGuire as backups. A great group of guys. Defensive tackle, we have 4. Dalvin Tomlinson and Quentin Jefferson are starting, while Maurice Hurst and Shelby Harris are backups.
Okay.
Love them. Linebackers, 6 of them. Jeremiah Owusu Koromoa and Jordan Hicks starting. JOK. I love JOK. As does every Browns fan.
Who is JOK?
JOK, we drafted him a couple years ago. He's been like our standout player recently, last year and the year before.
Was he a late round pick or early pick?
I'll have to Google that. I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah, cause I don't know that name. How you spelling it? What are you saying? You saying JOK?
JOK are his initials, yeah.
Like Jock?
Like Jock, yeah.
Oh, okay. Never heard of him. All right, I'll be looking out for him. Hopefully
Yeah.
he on the team. He's still on the team tomorrow.
We picked him with the number 52. So
Okay.
I think that's second
That's second round, yes.
second round. Yeah. Um, yeah, again, fantastic player. I'm glad to have him back. Um, and then Devin Bush, Tony Fields, Mohamed Diabate, and Nathaniel Watson are backup linebackers. Corner, we have 6. Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome the second, and Martin Emerson. Love my corners. Um, love Denzel Ward. I wish he wasn't so concussion prone. That's a little upsetting for him to be one of the best corners in the league and have that
That issue.
have that tendency to get hurt is pretty upsetting.
Yeah.
But when he's on the field, plays great. Same for Greg Newsome. Same for Martin Emerson. I actually last year started to like Martin Emerson a lot more.
Mhm.
Um, he really impressed me a lot last year. It was
Okay.
nice to see.
All right.
Cameron Mitchell, Miles Harden, and Khalef. It's Khalef or Khalif,
Uh-huh.
and I can't pronounce his last name either. To be
Okay.
honest, I'll try. Hilassi, I think is how you would say it.
Yeah.
Um, love my corners. Safety, we have 5. Juan Thornhill and Grant Delpit.
Yep.
Love those guys. And then we have D'Anthony Bell, Rodney McLeod, and Ronnie Hickman as our backups. Our
Okay.
defense, again, is pretty much the same guys it was last year. Uh, and last year we had the best defense in the league. So,
You expecting some of the same?
yeah, definitely. I don't think there's any reason for us to not carry over from what we did last year. A lot of our success last year was because of our defense. Uh, I, as everyone knows, we started 5 different quarterbacks last year, and our defense really carried us through that whole merry-go-round of a mess.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and
Yeah. Yeah, they really did because Deshaun walking around thinking he was the reason for those W's.
Deshaun Watson was a big part of the W's he got. Okay, he
Was
was.
he?
He was.
Was he really?
He was. Don't get me
Miles Garrett
started.
was more part of them W's than Deshaun.
Mm, don't get me started. Okay.
Okay,
And
go ahead.
then our kicker, Dustin Hopkins. Love Dustin Hopkins. I don't know if I love Dustin Hopkins because he's a good kicker or because he's the kicker that saved us from Cade York. But regardless, I love him and I'm glad he's back.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. I didn't see Cade York on the roster and I didn't see him on the cuts list, but I looked
Hmm.
it up earlier and I guess we traded him to the Commanders for a conditional 7th round pick. So
Okay.
sayonara, Cade York. Don't ever come back. Don't want you on this Cleveland Browns roster ever again. Unless you somehow become the greatest kicker known to man. Um,
He just had to get out of that cold weather in Cleveland.
yeah,
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And then we have our punter, Corey Bajorquez. I think that's how you pronounce his last name.
Okay.
Great, good punter. And then we have Charlie Hewlett at long snapper.
Okay. Good. Good.
Mm,
Yeah,
That's our
we have John Weeks at long snapper. He's been snapping for us for 12, 13 years.
Mm.
Drawing $1 million a year. Hey, that's a lot of money just to snap the ball.
You said how much?
$1 million a year.
Hey, it's an NFL contract.
I know. He said he ain't got nothing to do with that. He just signed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are you, as the long snapper, going to be like, no, I think I'm worth $6 million?
Uh, It depends on how fast I get that ball back there. Number. See, when you're negotiating, you got to come with numbers,
Yeah,
facts.
yeah,
That's what they respect. They don't respect your opinion, facts.
gotcha.
Like my spin rate. What if, you know how baseball has a spin rate?
Yeah, what if
What
they
if
did that for long
the
snappers?
snappers came up with a spin rate to say I'm
Advanced
not
stats for
going
long
to
snappers is wild.
it?
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, that's wild. That's wild. Okay, people. So that was the Texans. Who people that they waived, they released, and their roster, and the Cleveland Browns and their roster. And so I'm looking forward to watching the Texans for sure. I'm looking forward to
Mm-hmm.
watching your team.
Mm-hmm.
I would love for us to meet in the playoffs again this year
Me
in
too.
the AFC Championship game to see who goes to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that would be.
I know y'all gonna want revenge,
Oh, for sure.
but
Oh, for sure.
but I think C.J. Stroud and company will be up to that challenge.
Mm.
Uh, so next week we'll give our picks. I'll give my predictions
I'm
game by
very excited
game.
for that.
Yeah, me too. For what the Texans will do, you give yours game for game. What Cleveland will do.
Mm-hmm.
College football is this weekend, man. I can't wait.
Uh, we played Georgia, so I don't know if I'm all that
Who,
happy or
who is we? Who is we?
Clemson.
Clemson. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Georgia got Clemson first right out the shoot.
Georgia got Clemson first.
Wow, wow.
Clemson got
Or
Georgia
or,
first.
or should I say, damn, Clemson got Georgia right.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, because Georgia, I don't know if that it might not be much more than a little speed bump for them, but for Cleveland,
Clemson. It's okay. I
Clemson,
understand.
Cleveland. So for Clemson, it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Bro. It's a big deal this weekend too in College Station, and Texas A&M fans everywhere, and Notre Dame fans everywhere
Mm-hmm.
playing each other, and it's gonna be rowdy, man. It's gonna be exciting. I can't wait. Uh, you know, I'm getting my popcorn and be ready. So let's let me so talk about the Texas A&M the Notre Dame game really quickly. Uh, so Notre Dame is number 7. They're ranked number 7 in the top 25. The coaches poll. Texas A&M is ranked number 20, right? And yet Texas A&M, they were they were the favorite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know, but I don't know if they still are, but they were at one point. But that's like, how are we ranked so low even though we're at home, if we're still favored to beat the number 17 in the country?
Right.
Either we're ranked too low or they're ranked too high.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't give me that. They are missing a couple of starting offensive linemen, right? And we have that ferocious defensive line for sure. So maybe that'll be the tipping point, or maybe that'll be what causes us to blow them out. Either or. As long as we win, I'm fine with it. But I'm be calling you, seeing if you're watching the game, and you know, I might be following other games on Twitter, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll be locked in and loaded to the Texas A&M and Notre Dame game. Any games this weekend? So when is the Georgia Clemson game?
Oh, it's on Saturday, I believe.
Okay.
I believe it is on.
So the A&M game, I think that is like 7:30 prime time.
Yeah, it's Saturday at 11. Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all in the morning?
Yep.
Oh man, they like nobody want to see Georgia whoop these boys.
Uh, KU plays this Thursday.
Hold on, we got Texas A&M a 3-point favorite,
Mm,
and we 13 spots lower than Notre Dame. That's you know, I mean, I'll take it, right? I'll take
right.
being favorite, but I want the spot in the standings that comes with that. What are some other big games this weekend?
USC versus LSU.
Yes, and that is on
That's
Sunday,
on
right?
Sunday. Yep.
Yep. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I see Miami versus Florida.
Florida.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
on ABC 2:30 on Saturday. Yep. I'm an SEC guy. All these SEC teams playing all these scrubs early. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Shoot. All right, big dog. Uh, episode 3 in the
Episode
books. Is there anything
3.
else? Anything else you want to talk about, man?
Um, have you started anything in fantasy? Are you in the league?
College football, I am.
You are college.
Yeah. So we had our draft
Mm-hmm.
last Friday, this past Friday, and I had a scrimmage, so I had to let mine auto draft.
Auto draft? No.
Auto. This is my second time auto drafting. It did me well both times.
Yeah.
I got Shador Sanders and Ward, that quarterback from Miami,
Okay.
out of the auto draft, and once I got those, and then it got me. I'm looking at it right here. I was like, what? Auto draft, auto draft is not supposed to hook you up like that. But
I think it just gives you like the next top guy.
it does. But
Mm-hmm.
usually they're not that good. And I was ranked, I drafted 9th out of my 10-team league.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got Shador. Other guys must not be on it.
And my no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I got Shador Sanders. I got Cameron Ward. I got Evan Stewart, the receiver out of Oregon. I got T. McMillan, the receiver out of Arizona. All this is auto draft. I got Ohio State's defense. Let's see. I got the running back from Oklahoma. He's supposed to be good. I read about him. And those are the top ones. Everybody else is just okay. But yeah, I think I did pretty well auto drafting.
Well, I had my first draft. It was this Saturday, I believe,
Okay.
at 7. This past Saturday,
Yep.
and it went pretty well, in my opinion. I drafted. I have my team right here. My first pick, though, with my first pick, I took Jonathan Taylor. Um,
Okay. Why would you take a running back first though? And one that's been hurt 2 years in a row.
I think he's gonna do great this year.
Okay.
Great
I'm
things.
glad you think so. Remember how I said that we deal in facts?
Okay.
The fact of the matter is, no, that's fine. I
He
had
was
him
hurt.
last
He was hurt a lot last year.
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
know because I had him.
He was hurt a lot last year. But what was he doing in fantasy football the year before? He was a
Killed it.
monster. He was the best player in fantasy football the year before.
And when he came back from injury, he started.
He was still great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, that's
I
good.
maybe shouldn't have taken him with my first. But I tend to. Oftentimes, my first pick isn't the best pick in my draft.
Okay. I mean, because generally you want to get that top quarterback. Were you still able to get a top quarterback?
I got CJ Stroud in the 4th round.
Did you really?
I did.
He went 3 rounds before people.
Yeah, people draft quarterbacks late. I think you really want I mean, I've seen people draft like Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes in the first round, but
Mhm.
I personally, I think quarterbacks should go in the third or the fourth. And I would have waited a little longer, but I usually get like mid-grade quarterbacks and get
Uh-huh.
better other positions. But I
Uh-huh.
was like, I can't pass up having CJ
Not in
Stroud.
the fourth round, you
I
can't.
saw what he did last year, and I was like, I need that. I have CJ Stroud at quarterback, Aaron Jones at running back, and my thing with that is, yes, Justin Jefferson is on the Vikings, but so is Sam Darnold. They're gonna be running that ball. They're gonna be running that ball.
They're gonna be running that pill.
Yeah.
Is so Sam Darnold is the starter?
Yes.
Oh hell. I know
And JJ's
Jefferson.
out for the year.
I know Jefferson. Mad
No, for sure. For sure. And then Jonathan Taylor, Amari Cooper, Christian Kirk in Jacksonville.
That's a good one.
I like him. This is my first year getting drafting Travis Kelce.
Wow. What round did you get him? It had to be like the second or third.
I think it was the third. Yep.
Okay.
My first pick was JT. Second was Amari Cooper. Third, Travis Kelce. Fourth, CJ
So
Stroud.
why would you draft Amari Cooper in the second round?
You don't think Amari Cooper is a second round player?
Not fantasy, I do not.
Well, I disagree with you.
So what other receivers were available? This your old man trying to school you, man.
Plenty of other receivers were available.
That
and I took the appropriate one.
Him, right?
I'm sorry, say that again.
There were probably more threats than him, huh?
I'd have to look at the draft board, and that's a lot of buttons to press.
Yeah. No. I feel you.
And then we have Cortland Sutton.
Decent.
He was a touchdown machine last year.
Was he?
He was.
I had him, but he's on my bench.
Fairburn, the kicker, and then I have Cleveland's defense, of course, best defense in the league. And then on my bench, you might smirk at this. Backup quarterback, I took Caleb Williams. There were a lot of options to choose from.
Yeah.
Some options you may even say are better than him, but I think all these rookie quarterbacks are looking great.
Yeah.
In the preseason, all of them are looking fantastic.
Yep.
Even Caleb Williams himself is looking fantastic. So, absolutely. I mean, I don't think it would have mattered which one I chose.
And, well, I think it does in the sense that Caleb Williams is the one that's set up for success the most, though.
Mm-hmm.
He has the most offensive weapons,
mm-hmm.
and he has a decent offensive line and decent defense to back him up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have said this before the preseason, but I mean, I could see the Bears with either a winning record or sneaking into the playoffs.
I'd be so down. All my friends despise Caleb Williams, and I'm like the only one that likes him. So if he were to make playoffs in his first year, that would be great for me.
Yeah, and I didn't really think he was all that great either. I did, but in the preseason, he showed me something, you know. So I sort of changed my tune. Yeah, on
Caleb. Then rest of my team, DeAndre Swift. I love DeAndre Swift.
Me too.
I have Rome Odunze.
Yeah.
I grabbed him pretty late.
Because if Caleb Williams succeeds, he's gonna
succeed, exactly. Then I have David Njoku, favorite tight end, of course. Definitely not biased. And then I grabbed Xavier Legette. I think that's how you pronounce the last name. Rookie in Carolina, receiver.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It was kind of the Xavier Legette pick was kind of a shot in the dark. It could work out great for me, or it could not. He could be wide receiver number 1 in Carolina, or he could not.
Yep.
I hope Bryce Young is better.
He ain't gonna be.
You don't think so?
Not with that old line.
Yeah.
I mean, did he get taller? I'm just saying, you know.
Kyler Murray's short.
My boy is a biggest Pittsburgh Steelers fan, right? And they drafted Kenny Pickett last year, and the big thing with him was his hands were so small,
Mm-hmm.
and so he's always dropping the ball. And so my boy was like, Kenny Pickett will be better this year, and blah blah blah. I said, did his hands grow? Long as he got them little bitty mitts, he ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah. I mean, I'm rooting for Bryce. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I'm hopeful.
yeah.
Carolina got a lot more problems than Bryce Young, though.
Yeah, exactly.
And Bryce Young's biggest problem is every other problem Carolina has.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I couldn't have said it better myself.
And then at the end here, I was able to sneak Nick Chubb with my last pick. He's not going to start for the first couple weeks, but nobody grabbed him by the time it was time for our last pick. I was like, yeah,
that's
he's
great
injured.
value. Yep.
Yeah, so snuck him with my last pick.
I see you, boy.
I'm excited.
Yeah, you might compete for that ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So my one of my leagues, our NFL draft is Monday night, and the other one, I mean, I'm in two. I don't know when the other one is. They probably put it in. This is the one where they put in the chat, the text chain, that our draft would be 7:00 Friday. They put it in there like 3 days ahead of time, and I just wasn't looking in the chat to tell them no, I'll be busy, right?
Yeah.
So I had to do the auto draft, but I should be good for our NFL draft on Monday, and then the other draft, the other NFL draft, I'm gonna make sure I'm available for that as well.
I'm excited.
Me too, man. Our baseball season winded down, man. I missed the playoffs by a game. Playoffs by a freaking game. Like damn. Did you know I was in the championship game of our fantasy league in NCAA last year?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was whooping everybody all year long. I get to the championship game. I blew through the playoffs. Get to the championship game, and all my stud receivers and running backs decide not to do anything. I was mad, But then
last year.
Yeah.
Last year I came in second place. Year before that I won.
NFL?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've yet to win the NFL, man. I've come close to the NBA, I think.
I won
our NCAA basketball, though. I won that.
I won my first cash league last year.
Okay.
That was pretty cool. I got like $180 or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to cash.
I wanted to. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I'm hoping to cash in this year.
Okay.
In one of these leagues.
Let's see here real quick. I wanted to look at something after we had talked not last time, but the time before. Where is it? 1 second. I'm looking. Never mind. I was going to bring something up baseball related, but I lost it. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if it's about the Red Sox, don't need to bring it up no way, man.
I'm sorry, what was that?
If it's about the Red Sox, man, they out of there. You don't need to bring that up. That's all good. You just gonna talk about Aaron Judge and how he hit over 50 home runs?
That's okay.
Okay, boss.
All right.
So, appreciate you guys for watching.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
Episode 3.
Episode 3, man.
I think I want to say this real quick.
Go ahead.
We talked about this off the podcast, but we're gonna shoot for 100 episodes. I'm telling everybody because then I really have to stick to it. I already planned on sticking to it, but now that I'm telling all the viewers,
Yeah.
it has to happen.
Absolutely.
So
It has to happen, man. And we just got to be consistent. And even if something happened in your life or my life, and there's a break in between, you got to get right back on it.
exactly,
Yep. Do that. 100 episodes can happen real quick.
it will.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man, and we'll get more and more show ideas, right?
Yeah,
Because this is not just a sports show. It's a family show,
exactly.
and me and Tyler's dynamic is really different. I mean, we grew up states apart.
Yes, we
It's not
did.
like it's not like not only were we not in the same household, but we weren't even in the same state,
Yeah.
right? And there's a lot of things with that, and we'll discuss them as future episodes come upon us, and you know, and we'll grow closer because of it, man. We might, I've some guys have reached out to me already about getting on. I'm thinking about, we'll bring another another dad and his son on and discuss
Okay.
stuff. Yeah, something like that, man.
Okay.
I think that would be
Okay.
pretty dope.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that'd be the right people.
Yeah, I got my friends. They're like, "When you gonna have me on the podcast, bro?" Never, bro. Stop. Get out of here. Come on, bro. I want to go on. Give me a segment. Cut me in.
Hey,
No.
I don't know if you remember when you went to my job to work out over the summer that time.
Mhm.
Josh Rodriguez. I don't know if you remember
Mhm.
Josh, big 6'6", light skinned guy.
Mm.
He wanted to go. He hit me up the other day. He wanted to get on. I just
That's
gave him
great.
the thumbs up.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. We'll figure it out and we'll keep it going, man.
Yep.
Yes, sir. All right, big dog.
All right.
Yeah, go in here.
Love you, Dad.
All right, man. Love you too, bro. Talk to
Bye
you later.
bye.
All right, peace.